How you feel like that happened? The bridge between Sac and Stockton.
Well, Bris was the bridge. So without Bris, there would have been no platform for Stockton, and I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, wait. So break down for those who are not mega fluent in this. Bris is from
Sacramento,
but he's from what's it
Fruit
called?
Ridge.
Fruit Ridge, right? And so he was like at one point was good with Oak Park, but
Absolutely.
then there's tension. They split off, and then that becomes like a major area of
Yes.
tension.
And they say you a big part of that tension.
How you a girl starting gang wars? That's
Listen.
crazy. We don't know that. I mean,
I started a gang war on accident.
oh my
So
god.
listen. It was an accident.
This is bad.
We gotta get to the
I
bottom
think I
of it.
made
Flacco
history
thumbnail.
with that though. Like I think I was like the only girl that created a gang war on accident.
We hear about girls
Out
starting
here
gang
all
wars
the
all the
time.
time, but
The
it's always
majority
about
of LA
some
gang beefs is over females.
But when we hear it's over females, we assume, oh, two gangsters were fucking the same girl, and then that created tension.
Well, no, that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
So let's just be direct.
Right.
Yeah, no. So I was dating Bris first. And then I started dating Uzzy Marcus. But the tension didn't come from the politics. It was like Bris had this animosity because when I left, I went to Uzzy Marcus.
And you dated Bris for how long, and how long before he passed?
I dated him for like a couple of months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like a few, but I've been knowing him since I was in high school.
So not super serious as far as relationships go?
To me, I didn't feel like it was super serious. But to him, I was his second girlfriend.
Okay. Was this before he was a poppin' rapper?
Way before. He
Okay.
wasn't even a rapper.
What year
Got
is this?
This was like 2013, 14. Yeah.
So this is well before he started rapping.
What? A long time ago.
And before almost anybody had heard of Uzzy Marcus as well, right?
Oh, no. See, Uzzy Marcus was already...
He was already out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. He was incarcerated, but he had a name in the streets prior.
Got it.
So everybody in Sacramento knew who Uzzy Marcus was.
This is before that case, or this the case where
This was the case.
This was the case. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was the case.
Mm.
But before then, he was like really associated with a guy that was his name was Little Dallas. He's with Mozzie all the time now.
Okay.
I know
You
exactly
see on
who
his new
Little Dallas is.
mixtape, yeah, Little Dallas. So yeah, I might put Little Dallas on the map after this, but anyways.
I need more homework. I feel like
I know exactly what Lil Dallas is.
Every video I watch from your channel, it gives me like a little bit more shit that I feel like, oh shit, now
It's
I
a
gotta
wormhole. You
delve
gotta
into
dive
this.
in.
Yeah.
It's a wormhole.
And so it's like with Little Dallas, he was real popular.
You
in Oak
said
Park.
Dallas was the one with the rap, and then Uzzy
He was
with
the
him.
one with the rap. Like I remember being 12 years old, and he had. Well, I had a girl. He had a girl too. Actually, 12. Let me reiterate that. I was in the 6th grade, 5th, 6th grade. He was in a grade younger than me, but we were the same age. But he was in the grade younger than me, and we were in Highlands, and he used to come into my junior high all the time. But we all knew who Little Dallas was. Like he was real popular in Sacramento.
And
Like
he's from Oak Park.
He's from Oak Park.
He was already cracking in the streets.
Oh, he was already popping. So that's what caused the friction between Fruit Ridge and Oak Park because Little Dallas was from Oak Park, and then he was messing with Frank Lone. Frank Lone is a subdivision, infrastructure. I wouldn't even say subdivision.
The Norteño side.
The Norteño side. He was rocking with Frank Lone, 36th Street, which is what Uzzy Marcus bangs. So Uzzy Marcus and Little Dallas were best friends. So if you listen to Little Dallas's old music, like he'll say, "Oh, Uzzy Marcus in the back with a bat. He got my 40 in a." Yeah, like he'll say that, like, but we all knew who Little Dallas was. We didn't know who Uzzy Marcus was. But then when that case happened back in 2012, we all knew who Uzzy Marcus was.
Okay.
Right.
And remind us what was the Uzzy Marcus case from 2012?
So the case was 2012.
Because I didn't interview him or get familiar with him until his brother killed a girl, right?
I been knew who he was.
Remember that? Remember that?
Was crazy.
That was how I got introduced to him. I granted kind of
I figured that
sensationalized, but
Yeah,
that was a crazy storyline.
It made media covers all over the world.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
was wild.
Yeah, it was.
He killed two girls, or was it a girl and a boyfriend or something?
No,
I think
it was two girls.
Yeah, and I think it was on live. I want to say I've seen it.
You ever
It was on
around that guy?
Instagram Live.
You were
Huh?
around that guy back in the day?
Absolutely.
Really?
You
You think he might have been a tweaker or what?
I heard he was on something.
Okay.
And my kids were actually at that home at the time that it happened. But they're not going to say that. We had to go.
Your kids were at the home when that murder happened?
That's insane.
My daughter remembers that incident vividly.
How old is she?
She's 7 now.
Jesus
She's
Christ.
about 4.
Wow, that's
so
unfortunate.
I had to go down to the precinct in Vacaville, and they had us there for hours. And I'm like, I'm just here to come get my kids.
All right.
But, you know, they were trying to, like, they wanted to, like, sweep it under the rug. I just wanted my kids. And they kept us until they were able to detain him. And then when they got him, that's when they released my kids to me.
How many kids? 2?
Yeah, a daughter and a son.
And the daughter's the older one?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And these is Uzzy Marcus kids.
Uzzy Marcus, yes. Those are his kids.
Oh, shit. Wow.
So his aunt lived in Vacaville. And so it was at the aunt's home.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
So that's
advised
damn
not
near
to
your
say
relative
too
to
much.
marriage.
You
But
remember
I'm
he
going to
was
tell you
filming
guys.
himself with the bodies and shit?
Yeah, that's wild.
No, he was.
He had to be off something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I assume, yeah.
Yeah, no, he definitely was. And it was a tragic situation for all of us to endure. It took me 2 weeks to watch the live video. I got a call when I was at home, and everybody thought it was me. Because we were no, like people really thought it was me. And I'm answering the phone at 2:00 in the morning, like, what are you guys talking about? And then when I finally, like, when people started to explain everything to me, I'm like, my kids are over there. What are you talking about? So I call his mom, and I'm like, we got to go to Vacaville. And she didn't want to go. And I'm like, you have to go. Because, you know. And so we went, and we were in the precinct for hours.
That's a crazy situation.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you actually meet Uzzy Marcus in the first place and ended up dating him?
So
After the Bris thing.
with Oak Park, we were in the same circle.
Okay.
So
Uzzy Marcus Hood fucks with Oak Park Hood.
Well, the hood is in Oak Park.
Same shit.
Yeah, it's just
It's just North Daniel
just a North Daniel side.
It's kind of like being, it's a little different, but because you know down here it's a little different, but it's basically like having a black hood inside, Mexican hood inside it, but they separate, but they still function with each other.
Exactly,
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we were in the same circle, and then he dropped Kigdo with Mozzie, Jonah B, E Mozzie, and he was the last verse, and so I listened to it, and I was like, I hit up Nani Blanco, and I'm like,
so you listening to music just rapper shopping, huh?
no. Okay, Adam, don't do that. You can't say that because listen.
That must be way more fun. We don't get to do that.
Listen, at the time, it was like, I didn't want to be a rapper at the time.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, you know, my best friend was a rapper. You know, Nani Blanco was real, super, super viral in Sacramento in the Bay Area. Due to her career now, a lot of people aren't going to acknowledge her. But, you know, we're not friends anymore. But that's irrelevant. But anyway, so she, you know, she was a rapper. I wanted to start rapping. So I felt like I needed somebody to match my stilo.
So you felt that was finna be your Clyde to your Bonnie in a rap game.
Absolutely.
That's what you felt like.
You always been into gangster ass dudes.
No. Bris was not a gangster to me.
At that time, or?
At that time.
Okay.
Maybe when he started rapping.
Yeah.
I guess. But
okay.
At the time, no. He just was a trapper.
But you're the kind of girl who like dates gangster ass dudes and then tries to pretend that they're not really that crazy. Like it's all normal. Like, oh, this ain't that crazy.
Well,
just a regular guy.
No. with Uzzy Marcus, I was watching his case. I can't even say that it was a music video to where I was like shopping for him. I was watching his case. So Net the Pharaoh's baby mom. I went to I didn't know if my first love, I was with him before I dated Chris, and then after Chris I dated Marcus. So Net the Pharaoh's baby mom, she was posting the story on her Facebook, like their trial, because I guess one of his co-defendants, she used to date them.
Can you break down what case exactly you're talking about for people who don't know?
Yeah, so it was a situation. It was a homicide that transpired on June 4th, 2012, and it involved a 3-year-old little boy, maybe 4.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah. Okay.
So Jada, which is Neff the Pharaoh's baby mother, the mother to all of his children. I think they have about 3 or 4. I could be wrong, but it's a few. And she shared the story and she said, free them. And so I remember clicking on the story and it said Uzzy Marcus. And I was like, I think this is who Little Dallas used to rap about when we were kids. And so from then on, I was just watching the trial because it was publicized. And so the trial was publicized and I just watched him. And that was even when I was dating Chris. I was dating Bris. So when me and him broke up, Uzzy Marcus was already on my radar. So in the midst of all that, he beat his trial. He beat the trial.
So he came home.
He came home. So he was looking at life. He sat down for about 3 years. And
you was in Bris that whole time?
Yeah, during that time.
Okay.
Yeah. But he was just on my radar. Uzzy Marcus was just on my radar. But see,
what kind of radar? Like, because
on some, if I leave this nigga, I know who I'm going to next. That's how females get in.
Did you have any hunch that you might be the misinfo of Northern California gang politics?
No.
This before all that.
This is 10, 11 years ago.
Okay.
So, what is it, 2024? This is years ago.
It just sounds like you were studying the game and the atmosphere to an extent where it's like, it almost would go beyond just interpersonal stuff where like you knew at some point you were going to maybe be a reporter.
I never knew I would be a reporter. I wanted to be a rapper.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
But now, like, no, I want to be a reporter. Like, this is my job.
She was in the mix, and she could use all her experiences to do exactly what she do right now. Because everybody, like, me and you could speculate. She was there. Shit.
Right.
Or she knows somebody who was there. She could call somebody who was there. It's different when, you know what I'm saying, when you that close to the politics.
But we're looking at it like she was gonna, like she knew that all these guys were gonna be relevant when in like she just might be like really good at calling out talent early on.
No, I'm really good at potential.
Right.
There you go, Adam.
Right.
There you go.
I feel like I got that skill set too. I just don't date them normally.
Well, okay. I fall in love with potential. I'll be honest.
Okay.
So with Bris, he wasn't a rapper though. So to me, it was just he was very charming. When we got together, he pumped the gas. He didn't let me pay for food. Guys are usually scared to get out of the car and pump gas. Yeah. Oh, Uzzy Marcus is not gonna pump the gas.
Right.
Oh, but Bris is gonna pump the gas. So that was my prince. Like everything Bris did was like my ideal guy. And then he moved weight. So I was just like, and then he had style. Like it just happened and we just gravitated towards each other. With Uzzy Marcus, it's not that I look for guys that are on the rise. I think maybe I just fall in love with the potential.
I do think that Bris, his story is extra tragic because I feel like he could have blown up Northern California way faster. Like he could have taken it to that level, because like most scenes in America really blow up because they have a Chief Keef or they have a Young Thug / Migos / whatever in Atlanta type shit. Like I feel like he had that star power in a way that most rappers don't.
Absolutely. He had the image, he had the style, he had the swag,
he
had the sauce. So when he passed, it was like it happened so soon in his career to where we didn't get to experience what he could have been. And that's what makes it so tragic. But that's what I'm saying. Like back when I knew Bris, he wasn't a rapper. He wasn't in the pop. To me, he wasn't in the. He didn't display that. So he definitely had the potential to be really big. And I feel like after his passing, he blew up even bigger. But it always happens like that with rappers, right?
Yeah, facts.
So,
facts. Could you break down the events that led to them two starting to become at odds over you?
Well, when I left Bris, he was upset. But I didn't date anybody for about 3-4 months.
Was he already out?
Yeah, he was out. He beat the case back in September of 2015, maybe.
And that case didn't scare you at all?
Wait, 2015. Well, it did. It did. When I got pregnant with my daughter, it did. It did. Because I asked Uzzy Marcus, I said, well, did you do this? Because I don't want the karma. I believe in karma. So I was like, I don't think I can move forward if you did do that. I asked him and he cried and he said he didn't. And I believed him. I believe him. Like, I don't, it's been so many years and the case is still unsolved. Well, that's because we know who really did it, but he's an informant, so.
You know.
It's not too much.
I don't know, but okay.
I do know. He's an informant, but he got away with it. So it's like, I know for a fact Uzzy Marcus didn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's reassuring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'll be honest. Now if he did, I'd be like, but no, he didn't.
Right.
All right. So you leave him, and then you go to after a few months, you go to Uzzy.
After I leave Bris, I go to Uzzy Marcus.
Okay.
And how long were y'all together?
Me and Uzzy Marcus?
Yeah.
Maybe a year before I got pregnant.
Oh, okay.
But we were with each other for a year every day. All day, every day. Sleeping from trap house to trap house. Sleeping in the car. Coming to Mozzie's studio in LA. It was different. It was different.